Thank you very much for joining us today. We have our friend here. He's called Wandera. Is it Wandera? It's
Yes,
another very hard name that he gave me. It's called
it's called Bilasio Andera.
Milasio Wandera.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a Catholic paralegal, and something that caught my interest is the aspect of paralegalism within the church fraternity. It is something that is not heard of because in the church we know, according to Ephesians, that Christ gave gifts to men, and paralegalism is none of them. However, today, because of our initiative of Yellow Ribbon initiative of ex-offenders reintegration into the society, we are discussing issues related to community, law, and re-establishment of humanity into the community. And so it is important for you to listen to our friend who has been a paralegal in this locality of Kariobangi. He is within the parish and he's going to tell you more about it. So I really want us to learn so that we know how to handle one another in the community with respect to the law, the church, and everything that is going to be enriching for us today. So welcome to the program. My name is Ngeno, the host and the director, Yellow Ribbon Initiative. And here with us is one Bilasio Wandera from Kariobangi Parish. He is going to explain to us, first of all, who he is and what is his role in the community of Kariobangi as a paralegal. Karibu sana Wandera, and God bless you so much. Tell us more about yourself. Who are you as, apart from Bilasio? That's an Italian name.
Yes.
Apart from Bilasio, Wandera, who are you? Tell us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ngeno. It's a pleasure to be hosted by Yellow Ribbon. My name is Bilasio Andera Osaho. I am a paralegal officer. I've been doing this work for over 20 years. I started off as a high school teacher, and then in the church saw the opportunity in me, and they sponsored us to train as paralegals. So we were trained by the Legal Resources Foundation in the year 2006, and we graduated in the year 2008 after the skirmishes that we had as a country. And then from there, I continued teaching in the year 2010 March. I quit teaching and I joined the Legal Resources Foundation.
You are a teacher?
Yes,
Okay.
I was a teacher of history and Kiswahili,
Wow.
and joined after doing this paralegal course. I was so much interested into the law, and I joined the Legal Resources Foundation, who absorbed me as their paralegal. I worked for Legal Resources Foundation since 2010, and then I left in 2014 when the fund that was supporting the governance program lapsed. And that's the time that the French, what we call the Paris Protocol, was brought into force regarding funding of institutions and the civil society organizations. That it really emphasized the need for organization to be self-sustaining. And in Kenya, we are very disadvantaged having passed the 2010 constitution, which is so progressive.
Okay.
So whenever you apply for
Disadvantage.
yes,
Okay.
the partners will tell you that Kenyans, you are at a higher level, you are at a higher pedestal, because you have more engaging constitution, more informed population. Things are really moving for you people. So they say we are better off as compared to other countries in the sub-Saharan Africa.
So you want to say the constitution has denied us funding?
Yes,
In a way.
In a way, yes, because we're so progressive. Most of the Kenyans are so much informed. We are so much engaging. You can't compare, honestly speaking, Kenya with the other African states.
Yes.
Say Southern Sudan. You can't compare us with them. You can't compare us to Somali. You can't compare us to Uganda. You can't compare us to Tanzania.
Congo.
You can't compare us to DRC Congo and the rest of the countries.
Yes.
In fact, most of the countries are coming to benchmark from us.
Uh-huh.
I remember when I was placed to work as a paralegal in the prison in the year 2011, the government of Rwanda
Yes.
sent a delegation led by the PS Ministry of Justice in Rwanda to come and learn the paralegal model in Kenya, how it works for prisoners. And by that time, I was in the community prison and Nairobi remanded Lagata, heading the Nairobi prisons program. And I really took them through what it entails to work with the prisoners in Nairobi, meaning with the prisoners. And therefore, the Rwandese took this thing and replicated it in their country. And now they are doing so well. I remember that time, our executive director by then, right now, Commissioner Jedida Wakonde, Senior Counsel, was our executive director. And she went to Rwanda to train the ministry's officials in Rwanda and the senior prison officers and the police officers on how to embrace the paralegalism program. And the paralegalism model has really picked up in Rwanda. I remember that time also people from Angola came under the World Bank program here and Mozambique here to study from us how to start a community-based paralegal community. It's by that time the current director of Grassroots Justice Empowerment Network, Veve Kimaru, came here to Kenya, and they specifically came to Kariobangi Paralegal
Yes.
to learn how to pilot legal empowerment within the communities in the world. And it piloted here in Kenya, they went to Sierra Leone and Liberia.
Okay.
That's how now the legal empowerment program became so vibrant around the globe.
Okay.
And currently, I am the reigning paralegal champion for the country national award winner.
Wow.
The year 2004 up to date, because there are no other election that have been done.
Okay.
And Kariobangi Paralegal Network is the best paralegal justice center of the year award 2024 up to current, because there is no any other country, center that has taken the honors from us.
Yes.
So we are trained 23 paralegals by the Catholic Church
within this
parish who saw the need, who were picked from the Justice and Peace Commission by that time, and we all were trained. We were 12 ladies, and I think 10 and 11 men. And at the moment, 7 of us are still practicing as paralegals in different areas, in different localities, though we are all members of the Kariobangi Paralegal Network, which is a registered community-based organization.
Okay.
The church allowed us to register so that independently, so that they want to see the sustainability of it.
Okay.
Because the church, the Catholic Church specifically, has been getting support from missionaries from Europe and America, and at the moment, the missionaries who used to come are no longer coming. Because the church in Europe is no longer as vibrant as it was those years, 70s, 60s, and 50s. It's no longer vibrant. In fact, the church
doesn't have the missions outside.
There are no people going to church. You get a huge parish, a huge cathedral like our cathedral here. They are being converted into museums. They are being converted into malls. There are no people attending church in Europe. So the priests we had then foresaw that, and they saw there will be need when Africa need to be independent. And that's how they trained us, why they trained us, so that we support ourselves on justice matters.
Okay. Okay. So in one way, what you are saying is because of the non-continuity of religious missions in Africa, Catholic foresaw it ahead, and they came up with a system on how they are going to interact with the community.
Yes.
By creating paralegalism.
By creating paralegalism, so that we can provide access to justice to the needy. Where this parish is situated, it's good to tell the viewers that this parish is situated in a low middle income locality. And we are surrounded by a number of informal settlements, Korokocho being one of them. And this parish serves up to Korokocho. There's Madare the other side, we serve up Madare. And therefore, the needs are so many. The justice need was so huge. There were so many arbitrary arrests. There was so much of youth and crime and
human activity.
Shootings by the police. There was so much engagement with the illicit group of Changa. And most of the time, the police raid the Changa, growing areas. The people are arrested, and they wanted, the church saw who can engage these people and tell them that there's an alternative means of earning income rather than growing Changa.
Tell me something. Earlier on, before today, we met and you mentioned about, because this is an area, and I'm talking with respect to currently in this country we are experiencing goons and gangs. That is Kariobangi, Madare, Babadogo, and the environment is known for such kind of groupings, not for the good, but for criminal activities. And you are saying you have been here since which year?
I've been in this parish since the year 1999.
1999.
Yes.
That is, it's over 20 years?
Yes.
Over 20 years now.
Yes.
How have you managed to handle such situations? Or what are the challenges and how do you manage to control? Because when I came here, when I was coming here, I was telling you I fear crossing over. But you told me it's safe.
It's safe, yeah.
How have you and Catholic managed to handle such situations in a crime-infested area?
Thank you so much, Banangeno.
Yes.
Let me first acknowledge that indeed the gangs exist. Specifically in Kariobangi, we had a gang known as Taliban. It was based here.
Yes.
They used to control the Matatu stage.
Yes.
Then in the neighboring Dandora and Kariobangi South, we had Mungiki. Then in Madare, there's also another gang, and a gang, and in Isili, which neighbors Madare, there is superpower.
Superpower. So they had built territories.
They are built territories. Then in Kiamaiko, there is a gang, and in Kiamaiko also
There was.
There was.
So it's still there even now.
There was.
Okay.
There was a gang, but it disseminated, and now it transformed into something else.
Yes.
It transformed from active participation in crime to leasing out light weapons.
Okay, they are passive.
Yeah, they are passive.
So they lease
Yes,
whatever
wants the weapon. So you find youths from Kariobangi, Korokocho, from Babadogo, Dandora, who want to go and engage in crime.
Yes.
When they want the weapons, they come to
Kiamaiko, yes.
They can get a light weapon, a small pistol at a fee.
A small fee?
Yes, at a small fee. And we have had this discussion before with our police officers. We are so thankful to them.
Yes.
Because initially, there was no police station in Kariobangi. We had only 3 police stations. We were served either by Pangani police station, Madaia police station, or Babadogo Waraka police station. That was far off, detached from the needs of the people.
Detached from the community.
Yes. And so we did advocacy, and in the year 2003,
yes,
because of the tussle to control Matatu route, yes. The more routes you control, the more the fee you collect and the Matatu pay. So Mungiki wanted to come and take over the number 14 route, and the Kariobangi town to be combined.
Yes.
And so the youth from Kariobangi resisted. And during that time, I remember it was in January, Mungiki ambushed the members of Taliban in Kariobangi, and the 23 people were killed. And I think majority of them were members of Taliban because they were caught unawares. It was on a Sunday, and the Mungiki came with the pangas. And in retaliation, Taliban also killed almost 3 of them, Mungiki members.
Yes.
So, and quite a number of them were left injured, members of Taliban and Mungiki.
Yes.
And so we said, no, we have to enhance security in our residence, in our locality. So we wrote a letter, and this church wrote a letter to the police, and they accepted to bring for us Kariobangi police station and the Kuruma police station.
Catholic.
Yes. That's how we were able to get now Kariobangi police station and the Kuruma police station to serve us. And later on now we have Korokocho police station. And later on, Dandora police station.
Yes.
So
what you were telling me is that those police stations you mentioned are a product of Bilasio and Catholic.
The Catholic Church added the demand.
The demand.
Yes, the people demand. And so, because our constitution provides for the right to security and safety.
Yes.
Yes. And so we demanded, and the stations were established. And before the police station was established, we used to get administrative services from Madare, the other side, for chief. And so the Catholic Church wrote a letter. There's a day, a DO from Kasarani, by that time it was Kasarani, attended the mass here, and we told them people are seeking services from very far away. We would like services to be closer.
Yes.
And so we asked, what do you want? So the church wrote a letter demanding that the Kariobangi be made allocation.
Yes.
And the DO sent the matter to the PC, and it was consented, and we got the Kariobangi location. And this Catholic Church provided the first container that acted as the office for the chief.
Oh, okay.
So that's how we got administrative services now closer to us. Okay. Then later on, we demanded for a police station. It came, and now we are here. We present members of this church, both in Korokocho, in Kiamaiko, and in Kuruma, sit on various committees, including police committee, community policing committees.
Okay.
That's how now we were able now to build an enhanced community. However, there is still a challenge.
Yes.
Most of our youths have been killed as they engage in crime activities.
Yes.
When they are, because they are not around here, they can't stay here. They go away. They go either to Vidorai, they go to Kayole, they go far away. Yes. And whenever they are cornered, they are killed. Yes. And we just hear a young man has been killed. Yes. So we have started what we call empowering the community with the knowledge of the community policy.
Yes.
The need for alternative means of the youth to have a livelihood and to shun crime.
Okay.
Because when you go steal from someone, you are denying that family, you are denying that child, that your colleague who is in that other family, an opportunity to grow. Or if you kill their parent or you injure their parent or guardian,
Yes, yes.
they of course they will be denied an opportunity for a better livelihood. So we've really spoken to them. We have been involved in the process of collecting firearms from quite a number of young men in conjunction with the National Police Service. We request the officers to announce an amnesty, and the police have declared an amnesty, and they have asked the youth to surrender firearms that are illegally held. And quite a number of the youths, because of fear of retaliation from the officers, don't go there directly, but they come through the Catholic Church. They surrender either to the priests or to the members of the Catholic Church and peace. And we call the officers and we tell them, this young man has decided to change, and you have said those who are willing to change, they can be pardoned. Yes, and they surrender whatever they have. And so the officers who have really been very supportive. They have connected with those things, and they've counseled the young men, they've told them there are alternatives in life. And those who have been positive in picking up the idea, taking the ideas, they are alive. But those who are mischievous, who claim that have stopped, they have stopped with that kind of lifestyle. I don't want no longer to be engaged in crime, but during some odd hours they still engage in crime. Some of them were warned and they were asked to locate up country. Yes. And some of them who are non-compliant, of course, they were failed by the bullet. Of course, we also do documentation of human rights violations. I do that for IMLU as an organization that provides psychosocial, in medical and legal services. They do support families to do postmortems. They do support families to take cases to court where people have been, where the police have used excessive force. In the event the young man maybe was not armed, and even if they are armed, they are supposed to demobilize them. So that's the work we've done, and at the moment, it's National Cohesion and Integration Commission still classifies Kariobangi as an election hotspot. Because the young men from Kariobangi, from Korokocho, from Dandora, from Madare, Babadogo, are hired by politicians who have money to go and be part of their campaign, or to act as gangs that disrupt meetings, that can go and defend
for a small fee. When you talk of that, something comes to mind. What, from your experience, what are the circumstances that causes these young men to enter into crime or to cheap service, to risk their life by offering their cheap service, like as you've said, interrupting functions and gangism actually? What is the main thing?
The main thing is one, like I just say, it's lack of discipline. Discipline. Number two, personal discipline. Of course, the life belongs to an individual. It first belongs to an individual, and then it becomes collective for the community or society. So the individual is supposed to take care of themselves, to value themselves first. Number two is unemployment. Most of our youths are unemployed, and they need something to do. Number three is just a crime behavior, just a criminal behavior that they want to engage in. Because when we talk of unemployment, youth from other areas challenge us. Of course, I've been engaged in community dialogues. And the youth, let's say from Pigorai or from other areas, will challenge youth from Babadogo and say, you Babadogo youth, you have factories. How comes you're talking of unemployment?
And you have factories.
You have factories within yourself. Youth from Kariobangi. Why are you talking of unemployment and you have light industries in Kariobangi? Just say you don't want
it's a challenge.
It's a challenge.
So it goes back to what you just said, self-discipline. Because when we talk of poverty, it's across the board.
It's across the board.
When we talk about education, it's across the board. So it boils down to
individual.
I hear you.
Yes.
I hear you.
And so, and the other thing is just peer pressure.
Peer pressure, yes.
Yes, peer pressure. So and so was in crime, and he bought a matatu. So I can also get into crime and attack that Chinese construction company and attack them and get the money,
Get a few money,
and purchase a vehicle, matatu, or do something like a hardware like that. So that has been the culture, but I'm happy that slowly it's dying off. It's dying off. Only a few are left. I'm happy that the police who are deployed now have been trained on community engagement, on how to engage the community. They are more friendly. You see them greeting, the young men around here and
they are interacting very well.
Very well.
Okay.
Making the community member your friend. Because police officers come from.
They are no longer strangers.
They come from our families. They are brothers.
They are brothers,
yes.
Our fathers.
Yes.
Yes, our husbands or whatever. Yes.
Yes.
So,
however, we're still working on how to ensure that Kariobangi is no longer taken as a violent hotspot by National Cohesion and Integration Commission. Of course, it is National Cohesion and Integration Commission that releases and the maps which are the violent hotspot areas.
Yes.
And so, based on the Goonism culture, at the moment, majority of the goons are not used as acting as goons are not coming from Kariobangi, but are now coming from Korokocho and like Samani Babado. Some of them are now also, a few of them are coming from Madare, though after the clearance of the riparian land in the year 2004-2005, majority of the structures that were hosting the people in Madare were demolished. So that's why you see even today, the vehicles are still passing at the moment, because there will be demonstrations today. Vehicles will not be moving because using number 10 will have blocked the road. So most of them shifted. And we thank them for that, because the majority of them were also affected. And the majority of them were affected by floods, and they lost valuable assets, and most of them lost their lives in the year 2004.
Because most of the time they are not even sober.
They are not sober, yes. So we thank God, and we thank the government that 2025 and 2026, we have not had a lot of fatalities as a result of climate-related death, like flooding. Because people have been asked to move. Even right now, they are moving people from the Nairobi River as they want to do the sewer, the road around the river, to make it. So most of the youths, some of them are also in the climate works, and that's why the level of Goonism I can see in Kariobangi now is going down. Number 4, we formed a WhatsApp group called the Bangu Yetu, and I'm one of the admins in the Bangu Yetu.
Yes, Kariobangi
meaning Bangu is a division of Kariobangi, so we say Bangu Yetu.
Yes.
So we really talking to the youth and other leadership to tell the youth that crime and the violence does not pay. Let them go for climate works. We are happy that quite a number of them were employed in the Green Army by the Nairobi County government. Most of them were absorbed. Those who responded and saw the need. Those who do not look at their education as a hindrance. Who not say, I'm a degree holder, I cannot go and sweep the road. So most of them, we really thank the former late MCA Mulube, who really encouraged, who was my student by then in Form 2 in 1997, who really pushed a lot of our youth and placed their names to the Green Army during when Nairobi County was deploying the staff. And the majority of them are now members of the Green Army, and quite a number of them are in climate works. We thank God for that the Goonism is going down. And we want to also thank people from Dandora for encouraging the youth to engage into
constructive
activities like waste management.
Dandora.
Now, most of them are doing what we call waste pickers. There's an organization that are given support through Trocare. They support them as waste pickers in Dandora and Madare. So they collect waste, they sort out plastics that can be taken for recycling,
bottles, papers,
for recycling, to Madu paper, Chandaria, and where have you. Those are the things we want our youth to engage in.
We want to be creative.
Yes, we want to thank the leadership, MCS, who have given the youth water tanks, and they've started car washing spaces where if my car is dirty or your car or your motorcycle, you can take there, they clean it. Yes, it may not give a lot of resource or income, but it's really alleviating. It's better than nothing. It's better than engaging into crime.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Dilasho. Now, you've told us much about the community and how you're interacting with them. It's a very great work that you have done. I really must appreciate you for that. It's very unique. It's unheard of. Talk about Catholic. It's a spiritual entity.
Yes.
And then we have paralegalism, which is a legal structure within the government. How do you marry the two? How do the two get together? I'm talking of that because we have many churches, as all of us know, that they tell people we leave everything to God and we are going to heaven. But we are seeing Catholic getting involved so much into the community because I never expected anything to do with paralegalism in Catholic. Tell me about that.
Thank you so much, Manangeno.
Yes.
Number one, the church as an institution. As an institution has structures. Number one, the Catholic church is structural. It is hierarchical. Of course, we start from the Pope coming down. The Pope is the successor of St. Peter, whom Jesus said, "On this rock I shall build my church." And the church has got documents.
Yes.
There's a document in the Catholic Church called the Compendium of the Social Teaching of the Church.
Repeat that?
Compendium of the Social Teaching of the Church. In the Compendium of the Social Teaching of the Church, look at chapter 3, it talks about justice.
Okay.
It talks about justice, how the church enhances justice. You talk about the church laws, you talk about the canon law, talks about, I think, canon law number 900 and either 3 or down there. It talks about the need for justice. That the church must operate in a just environment.
So you are telling me, you are taking me back to the Bible, Matthew chapter
5.
Chapter 5, the Beatitudes.
The Beatitudes. Jesus talks about blessed are.
Yes.
And you go to the Gospel of Luke, the Gospel of Luke chapter 18. There's this widow who keeps on persistently coming to seek justice.
With us to a stubborn
judge. Who is ungodly.
And she kept, yes.
And so the judge said, "This widow is really disturbing me. Let me give her a justice." So the church really values justice because it says there's no peace without justice.
Yes.
That's the clarion call of the Catholic Church. As much as we want to talk about Catholic justice and peace, we cannot have peace without justice. That's why justice comes first and then peace. So it talks of doing things justly in a just manner. When you are giving your tithe, give it justly. Don't give tithe the whole of the money you have and the family at home is going hungry.
Repeat that again.
The Catholic Church.
I hope all of us are going to hear.
Yes, the Catholic Church.
And I want him to be louder.
Yes. Emphasizes on the need to be just in our actions.
The need to be just in our actions.
Yes. So it says, for example, the teaching of the church is that you have some cash.
You have cash.
You can't come and give the entire cash to the church as an offering or a tithe.
Are you hearing that? You don't give the entire amount as an offering to the church.
Or as a tithe.
As a tithe.
Yes. And then the family at home is waiting.
And your family at home, that is your brother, your sister, your mother, your immediate family, your children, your wife, your husband,
your friend,
and your friend, your neighbor is suffering right behind you. And you have said, let me bless the man of God, let me bless the church, and your people are dying. What is that about?
Yes, that's about love.
Yes.
That's why it's called justice.
So when you give the church and you leave your people suffering, that is unjust. Unjust. Tell me more.
Yeah, because the way they have said the Catholic Church is hierarchical. And it's structural.
Yes.
The way to establish that it starts from the family. The church starts from the family. That's why we have what we call small Christian communities or cells in the African context.
Yes.
So from 5 families to around the 20 or 10, they're supposed to form a cell. What the Pentecostal call fellowship. It's called the fellowship. For us, we call it small Christian communities. Jumuiya.
Okay.
Know each other.
Jumuiya.
Yes. Jumuika pamoja. Come together. Know each other. Knowing each other does not simply mean knowing your neighbors again.
No.
I need to know you. What are you doing? What are you planning? Are you planning to have a wedding? We come together and support you. We are your support system as a Jumuiya. Is your child going to school?
My cry is your cry.
Yes.
So we are one. That is Jumuiya.
Yeah. And that's why the Catholic Church is everywhere. And that's the structure of the Catholic Church. It starts from the family, because families must know each other, to support each other. They come together for prayers, for support. Both spiritual and material, what we call immortal and mortal. Both mortal body requires clothing, requires food, requires knowledge, education skills. Yes, that's why where the Catholic Church is. It's also is a school. Because the church requires people who are skilled and who are knowledge to run the church and manage the church. The Catholic Church must always have a dispensary, a hospital. People must be healthy.
So these are the principles.
Yes. These are the principles of the social teaching of the Catholic Church.
I will need to study that.
Yes. So the social teaching of the Catholic Church encourages that. It encourages growth economically. That's why you have this support here in this Catholic Church. Yes. That as much as you are giving to the church, have something that you can save to fall back to develop yourself. Yes.
So you help your community, your Jumuiya,
yes,
spiritually, and physically.
Physically, materially, economically, socially, and politically. The church encourages people to go and elect their leaders, politically as well. And you encourage us to take position. When I get baptized in the Catholic Church, I'm inducted in 3 offices.
Yes.
The first one is to be a priest, so that I can bless my family priesthood. The second office is to be Nabi, is a prophet, that I'm supposed to prophesy, not to keep quiet when the wrong things are happening. That's why you hear Catholics, you hear Catholic priests, and the bishops
speak out whenever there is anything in the government.
They are prophets. And the third office is to be a king who will follow. Those 3 offices are very important. So I'm supposed to be a priest, a prophet, and a king. So that's why I'm supposed to go into leadership. And for us as a Catholic Church, we do elections after every 3 years to run those 2 years. Like we just now finished the elections last time. So people who have been elected either to be the moderator, to be the secretary, to be the treasurer, like that.
So now you are teaching. So now that is how the Catholics affect the community.
Yes.
And that is now because of that principle of justice.
Yes.
You now come up with Paralegals.
We came up with Paralegals.
Now, is it only in Kariobangi parish or it's everywhere?
It depends with the parish.
Yes.
Let me say that Kariobangi parish we are under missionaries. We are still under missionaries, Komboni missionaries, who are very strong in social ministry. Yes. And they have, you can see around, you have a hospital, you have a school, you have a college.
Yes.
This college is was started for ladies, but now they have brought in men. There's another college in Kibikongong for boys around on the street. There are several schools around here. Yes. And so they are very strong on the social pillar of the life. Of course, the human person is social. It's a social being. Yes.
No man is
an island.
He's an island.
Yes. And so they saw those need. And as I said before, we're looking at sustainability. How will the church become 20 years to come?
20 years to come.
Yes. That the church in Africa shall be independent. And that's why this church we expanded in 2020. It was not the way it was.
This one.
Yeah, this cathedral. It was a very small place. So we said, how do we now start owning the church as Africans, as a Kenyan?
Yes.
And so we started the contribution in expansion of that church. It cost over 20 million to expand, change the roofing.
This church?
Yes. We changed the roofing, overhauled the roofing, moved the iron sheets that were there, replaced the new one, overhauled this hall to head asbestos, we moved asbestos, we now place there the iron sheets.
Yes.
That is by us as Kenyans, as a Kenyan church, as a Kariobangi church, which should now be independent now to go and support a church in Europe that is dead.
Oh.
That's how mission
work began.
Yes.
Okay.
So they foresaw the need for sustainability. That every now and then people come to the priest. My son has been arrested. My mom has been arrested while doing China.
Yes.
My no has been held out bail. So the church, how do we address this? So they sat as a pastoral team and they said it's good that we train some of our church members to be paralegals who will be doing that, supporting community members with legal knowledge, educating them, telling them what to go and do in court, not just empowering them with the knowledge. And so we are here in Kariobangi and down here in Paralegalism.
So what you are telling me is that the paralegalism that you have, the structure that you have of that, is need-based.
Yes.
It arose because there was need.
There was need.
Okay.
And this thing was copied from the PCA church,
Ah,
Yes, the PCA church.
they also have paralegals.
Yes, they have paralegals.
And visit them.
Yeah, PCA church,
Yes.
so the idea was picked from there. Remember those times when Joya was
Yes,
very
Joya,
vibrant,
very
and
vibrant, yeah.
yes, and then in Nairobi we had Archbishop the late Mwandi Mwanandeki, and so there was need for people to know.
Yes.
At that time, my brother Ngeno, there was agitation for constitutional reform.
Oh yeah.
And so they also wanted, the church wanted the human resource who can educate the Christians to engage in constitution making process.
Yeah.
And so we were very instrumental in educating our Christians here on the constitution that we have in 2010.
Yes.
I remember I really moved around educating our Christians in the parish. One of us was taken as a county coordinator by the CRCK.
Yes.
And we really helped, and we attend the meetings and we come and empower. We go to radio stations or mini and empower our people. That's how this paralegalism is very, very important. And we operated on for some time. And then in 2018, when the people kept on persisting, the priest give me money, my child has been arrested to go and pay bail.
Yes.
So there was a priest here called Father Philippe Resende.
Yes.
He said, now I'm giving the paralegals a space. You put there for justice center where people will be coming.
Okay.
And since we started handling cases up to now, I've handled over 500 cases, documented.
Writing applications, maybe cross-examination questions,
all those, just following up, accompanying the arrested person in court, just to give them the confidence, and just empowering them on what to say in court, just writing a letter, someone failed me to attend court, like let's say today, if the mandamano have been there, and the vehicles are not flying, then someone fails to attend court. So we can do a letter on behalf of that person, giving reasons why they did not attend court, and then we send it to the court. And so that's how we really impact. We also we're in partnership, we were mapped by probation and aftercare services to become part of volunteer probation officers.
Okay.
So that if there is an inmate on probation within the Kariobangi or Dandoro or Korokocho, who is supposed to be assessed, instead of traveling all the way to Makadara, then the probation officer from Makadara can delegate that role to us. Or they can invite them to come here. They bring all people who are supposed to be seen on that particular day to this center. They interview them here, they evaluate them here. They would have saved those families fare to travel all the way to Makadara. That money can be used to help the family. So those are the arrangements we have with the probation and aftercare services to become volunteer probation officers to support our community members. We've been also been trained on the alternative justice system.
Yeah, actually I was getting there. Just proceed. Alternative justice. I remember Honorable Kombe has introduced what we call STAT, social transformation through access to justice. It's now what you are doing with respect to the society. So before you talk about that item of alternative resolution mechanism, what you have done is actually according to the principles of STAT set out by Mother Kombe, reaching out to the community. So far, what is the response from the community?
Wow. Very positive.
Very positive.
They are the ones who voted for the center to win the award. Yes. I can tell you, Mr. Nieno, when I shared it on the platform, because they were calling for the center that has really given services to the community, legal services, not charging, documenting, keeping records and what have you. I shared. People voted for this center. Overwhelmingly. Over 2,000 votes. The highest ever voted. And this center, my brother Sam's people so far as Mozambique. I remember 2024 someone made a call from Mozambique. I think it's a Kenyan who was there.
Mozambique, yes.
So he's doing business in Mozambique. I remember there's someone who called from Southern Sudan. Yes. We've been arrested on this. Can you tell the Kenyan council, Masana Mijuba, to try and all? So I activated my networks here and there. They were reached and they were at least in Southern Sudan. We had received the calls as from far as they were here sometimes, though there are other people who here. As far as Makweli case have been brought here, Valley here, most of the bonding land, and sensation, And so, as far as Eldoret, yes,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
as far as Trans Nzoia,
So what you are telling us, Bilash, is that there is need for paralegalism in every community.
there is need, my brother. And the National Legal Aid Service
Yes.
is supposed to establish legal aid centers in each and every sub-county.
Sub-county.
Yes, at most, at least.
At least, yes.
But it's essentially supposed to be at every location. Yes, so that people can access.
Justice.
And that's why we are pushing for the legal aid fund. And we wanted this year our members of parliament
Please get to that, yes.
to push and allocate the legal aid fund
Yes.
to the PS, Justice and Constitutional Affairs.
Yes.
PS Judy Pereno, because initially you were saying you cannot release funds to Attorney General.
Yes.
And now that Attorney General has got a PS in charge of justice matters, release high kindly budget for the legal aid fund. We want the legal aid fund in the year 2026-2027 budget. Number two, we are calling for the autonomy of the legal aid service. And the legal aid service should link itself from the office of the Attorney General, and it became a semi-autonomous government agency. Just the way Kenya law reform is.
Okay.
It's a semi-autonomous agency where it can fundraise partners. So we wanted the National Legal Aid Service to be semi-autonomous, to be a saga. Yes. So that we can go there, they can come here, partner with us.
Yes.
We thank them for the opportunity they've given us to be trained on legal aid fund, just even to develop the regulations for the legal aid fund. We really participated in the year 2024, but after that fund from UNDP came in, wind up, we did not have another funding. So we're really calling upon the government to make access to justice, because it's a constitutional need, to be more accessible to many Kenyans. We want to thank Attorney General, who went, I think, early this year, last year, to launch a few centers in Machakos County. But we will prefer that these centers can partner with independent organizations like ours, so that we move the government face from it. Though we know you are funding us and supporting us from the back.
Yes.
But
let your face not be in the front.
Because people may fear coming forward. So we call for that. Support and adherence from the ministry. We also call for popularization of paralegalism and amendment of the Legal Aid Act, so that we can have paralegals with limited access to court, where they can represent an individual, or they can file and notify the court of what's happening. Yes, at the moment we can act as intermediaries. We act as intermediaries, but we would like that position enhanced a bit. Not that we want to compete with the advocates, no. The place of advocates just need to remain. We don't want to be given a fee. We just want the legal aid fund to be actualized so that we get support directly from the government as you advocates charge your fee.
Actually, that was the question which I wanted to ask, because somebody has asked me that. He read somewhere that paralegals are not supposed to charge. So the question is, how do you make your income?
Yeah, thank you. Myself, I make my income by partnering with other organizations. I partner with the other organizations to do consultants for them, like trainings, doing research for them. We belong to other forums as an entity, just as you said. You cannot be an island.
You cannot be an island.
So we belong to other spaces, to other forums. We belong to, like, Kariobangi Paralegal Network is a member of Police Reforms Working Group, a very strong network that is pushing for the reforms in the National Police Service. We developed the vetting tools that were used to vet the officers. And we're pushing for the independence of the Internal Affairs Unit from the AG's office in Jogo House all the way to KCB Plaza.
Internal Affairs Unit is actually little known.
So those are the things, some of the achievements the police reforms has had, a few of them, but they're quite enormous. Pushing for the legislation, the passing of the torture law, the Corona Service Act, and right now we're pushing for the amendment of the Corona Service now that we have a PS in charge of constitutional affairs, the Attorney General, so that we can have a Corona General.
Okay.
Yes. So those are some of the things, those are areas where we partner grow to get something done.
That's very interesting to have this discussion today.
Yes.
There is something else I wanted to find out, because this is now the main thing why I am here to talk with you. At least I've gotten some experience on what you have mentioned with respect to paralegalism and the church.
Yes.
And I hope many churches will look at this and follow the same, because why would Pentecostal shy away from if affecting the community? Why? So, and we keep always talking about negativity about Catholic. Now you have heard from one of them how they affect the community. Tell me something, Bilasha. With respect to the community, and I know you have had history of those who have been convicted. Our concern now is those who are coming out of prison. I want you to spend much time. Tell me what is your view, especially with those who are coming out of prison, the response with the society, and the family of that person. Tell me.
Thank you so much. Let me say clearly that I have had the opportunity to work with the inmates who are being reintegrated, ex-offenders who are being reintegrated back to the community. In the year 2011, when I worked in the prison, this project was based specifically for Kibera.
When you say you worked in the prison, were you a prison officer?
No, I was a paralegal.
You were a paralegal based?
Okay, I was a paralegal based in the prison, in charge of Nairobi prisons. And
industrial area,
industrial area, Kamiti, Langata, and Jamhuri and the West. Yes, so I was leading my other paralegals.
Yes.
And then, as you are aware, there's a court in Kibera. And by that time, it was just a magistrate court, it had not gotten the high court status. And the inmates, people who were tried through Kibera court, when they are brought into the prison, in Nairobi remand, there's a specific facility for them, where they go, where they are placed. Unless those who are on murder and the robbery with violence, and the sexual offense who are mixed with the other blocks where Makadara, Milimani, and other courts are placed. And so we worked with that program. We were funded by KCDF, Kenya Community Development Foundation, when I was still on the Legal Resource Foundation. And it was a project for 6 months. The perception is this, that when someone is leaving prison, they are coming out empty, without, empty in terms of income. They don't have money. They don't have a place where they can go and regain their livelihood, because for the time they've been in prison, that means of livelihood has either been disrupted, unless they were running their own businesses and they had employed people who are trusted, who are supporting them. So that's the situation. People come out, of course, downcast. They come out branded as rejects, as people who have caused trouble, trouble in the society. Now, when they get back into the society, where they were, is that discrimination. People don't know how to associate with them, because they are taken as these are offenders. These are people who break the law. These are people who are tough-headed, they don't want to listen. These are people, so they are discriminated. They are isolated. That isolation alone, and the baggage, the psychosocial baggage that someone is coming with from the prison, and the stigma. Because it's easier to say, arrest me and take me to prison, when you still have the fundamental freedom. But once that freedom has been taken away, it's very know that even if you sleep hungry, that freedom is very important. It should not be limited. So there's that trauma, there's that stigma, there's a tendency of being branded, in quote, as the perpetual offender. If something happens, any offense happening in the community, you are the first suspect. The so-and-so has come from prison. So-and-so has been released recently.
So he could be the one who committed.
Who has committed. You could be the one who has come back, or you have come back. You are attracting your old friends, your accomplices, to come back to this community to come and check on you. I had a lot of that with the inmates who are from Kibra, in the Kibra slum. even if the landlord accepts you back into the house,
It's a problem.
Yes, I encountered that with most inmates in Kibra. They could go back to the community, and the landlord will say, "No, I don't want you here. In fact, I kept your things in the store. Just take your wares and go look for a house somewhere."
So they are taken as outcasts.
Outcasts. Yes. So, what is required now? Even in the family, some of them lose their family members.
Yeah.
If they are men, we find the wife left with the children. They went to some other place, to someone else. They relocated. Either they got remarried.
Yes.
And when you try to approach them, they say they don't want anything to do with you because you cause them embarrassment. You cause them reputational damage.
Yes.
Their reputation, yule mama naoleka na mwizi na mfungwa. So those were some of the things, the challenges that come with being an ex-convict.
Yes.
Then another challenge comes now when you want to find your footing to earn a livelihood.
Yes.
Now, if you had skills in any given area and you found employment and you want to go back. So the first thing, which is very common right now, I don't know in which law it is, they're demanding for police clearance certificate.
The certificate of good conduct. Yes.
And so you go to the police, you apply for the document, and your fingerprints are still active. They tell you
you have a criminal history, and therefore you are not employable.
You are not employable. They can't clear you. This really ruins families. It entrenches the trauma, the stigma. It causes a lot of self-pity and rejection to the ex-offender.
It's a barrier.
It's a barrier. It's a big barrier. We have had a discussion in the Court Users Committee. When I served in the Court Users Committee, by that time when I was at Legal Source Foundation, I used to get even Milimani. But when I left the Milimani. Right now I'm serving in Makadara, CUC. And I sit in the Integrity Committee of the Rent Restriction Tribunal.
Yes.
The issue of certificate of good conduct needed to be considered.
Yes.
Because once someone has served, they finished the sentence. So looking at integration and the impact of being an ex-offender into the community, the rejection component, we're looking at the need for clearance of the police certificate.
Yes.
That we need to have one enhanced system. That this should have an interlinked system between the prison, correctional, and probation and after care services and the DCI, so that this system is linked, that they can be able to follow and monitor. That so-and-so has completed the sentence, and now they are exiting the correctional facility. So that it should be one, so that when I come out, I don't need to wait for 2, 3, 4 years again, so that the police can clear me. That's a discrimination against Kenyans who have duly and legally served their sentence and have been released. So the DCI needed to up their game. They need to advocate that this system should be linked into one. Otherwise, you're going to see a lot of litigation and cases in the court. People claiming their rights have been violated. Of course, they were confined, they served, and now when they come out, they expect everything to be cleared. So that their chances, the opportunities are not lost. Because we're talking of an opportunity, someone being denied an opportunity, so they will not cleared.
On that note, I would actually want our viewers who are hearing, and if you come across this video, anybody who has a barrier with respect to certificate of good conduct, kindly send a message, DM me, and put my telephone number, contact us, because we want to engage the government with respect to the certificate of good conduct. This should not be a barrier. It is very discriminatory, and it is actually not provided for in law. So this is something we are able to handle, and that's why we're doing this video, so that you get to understand that the same government which is supposed to provide necessities and basics to the common man is still bringing up barriers to the same community. On this note, Elisha, you mentioned about diversion, alternative justice resolution mechanisms. How have you handled it, or how has Catholic handled that with respect to your paralegal office?
Thank you so much. Of course, the law provides for diversion of cases. I think the Criminal Procedure Code, I think section 304 or something there.
Yes.
It provides for diversion of matters that a case can be brought in, and after some time, yes, the first instance I may plead not guilty.
And I think it's also in Article 159.
Yes. That's the alternative. So the diversion specifically talks about where, in the first instance, when I'm arraigned in court, to take plea, I plead not guilty. I say I'm not guilty. But then in the second instance, for example, elimination, I can say I want to plead guilty to this case because I have had a discussion with the offended person, and let's say I took a phone or something of the sort. I say I'm ready, I'm willing to pay it. And so the court will say, no, let's divert this matter so that the probation now can take over, follow up and do this also. Those are options that are provided for in the law, and it's allowed. The law at the moment also is really pushing for alternative justice system. And Judge Ngugi, who is the chair of the Judiciary Committee on Alternative Justice System, has really helped develop, with actors, develop guidelines on alternative justice system. More so cases related to land, family-related issues, relations. Because after all, even if I take you to court, when you come out, we still live together as a family. So they're really exploring how do we minimize the situations where the court is more aggressive, where the court is taken to be punitive. And how do we make it solving our differences less punitive?
Actually, what you are telling us, despite the fact that court cases take much of our time, they are very expensive, they create animosity. But our interest, and that I think that's where even paralegalism is coming in, is to build relationship with the community. Because once you take your friend to court, you are no longer friends. But if you can sort out your issues within yourself, you remain solid as one. That's what you are trying to tell us.
Or let's say someone has stolen or broken this laptop, this table. Then you take me to court. The first instance, I'll say no. Then after I go in, and then you reach out, and then you say, I was relying on this laptop to do my online work. So if I can get this machine as fast as possible, remember I can start. And so I say, I tell the court, Your Honor, I'm really sorry that I broke the laptop, but I'm willing to pay. Let me pay the laptop. The next instance, the court, you take the receipts to the court, and the court sees the receipt, they say, the matter is over. So those are the things we want. And I'm using that example for, I'm the chair of St. John's Sports Society down there in Korokocho. And one day we were having a sports day, and the young men who went there, because we want to promote them, that they don't get it right. So we had to place some of them to act as security. Provide security. We had 2 police officers, but we said the police officers may not be enough. And we also have some of our young men who know each other to help control and calm them down. So we engaged the 3 of them, and the 3 of them get agitated because they wanted more money that was not in the budget. And so they came, they knocked the desktop that was there, it crashed the screen, and what have you. And so we called the police whom we had deployed, engaged to provide the security during the game. They came and arrested them, and they took them to Korokocho police station. And then they locked them in, and then they were taken to Makadara Law Court for 2 offenses. Malicious damage, and sort of assault and threat. So the magistrate, we told them, if you can pay that, because you have been our friends, we always engage you, we know you. Why do you have to reach this level? So the young men reached out to their parents, and the parents accepted to pay the machine. They go to the machine, it was brought to court, the receipts were shown, and we asked the magistrate, now Your Honor, since they are remorseful, we have no problem. They are our members who want to grow together, journey together, remain together as members who can support the community and play together.
And it was sorted.
And the magistrate dropped the matter and say, now, come on, Mr. Zan, and
so you hear that is now a diversion of cases. Not every case should be taken to court. But I want to let you know this, that there is what we call defilement. And robbery with violence. At least we've had instances where murder, it can still be diverted. But robbery with violence and sexual offenses, please, that one we don't advocate for diversion. It is not permissible. So our advice, as we have talked, as you have heard from our visitor today, is that we need to embrace the act of diversion of cases, sorting out our issues at home. And the other thing is accept the ex-offenders, those who have come out of the prison. That's our main agenda. They are still your brothers, they are still your sisters, they are still human beings. And we need to accept them into the society because they are skills they will help you.
Sure.
I've always said this. Jesus said, there is no one who has gotten to heaven apart from him, the Son of Man who came from heaven. But do you know nobody has told us that he has been to hell and come back? Now we have people who have gone to prison and are back. The same way Jesus is telling us about heaven, we have people who tell us about prison. Let us listen and hear them so that we should not also be able to go back to prison.
Yeah.
Now, as we continue, because we are getting to the close of the session, we've talked about the barrier or the certificate of good conduct. And I've mentioned if they have any problem with that. If you have a criminal history and your barrier is a certificate of good conduct, kindly get back to me. I will help you with that, or I will connect you to Bilancio here. We are going to launch that issue, and you should be able not to be discriminated because of that. That's okay?
Yes.
Now, there is something to do with barriers. We're talking about you as a paralegal and the barriers that have been set by either the community, the government, or any other authority. Because you have to advance. I'm happy you've mentioned about the Catholic. I can't remember the section you mentioned about the justice system. What are the barriers so far that you have been encountering to achieve your success of a peaceful and cohesive society?
Thank you so much. Barrier number one, of course, has been funding.
Yes.
As you mentioned earlier, this is purely voluntary work.
Yes.
And according to the law, the Legal Aid Act, as paralegals are not supposed to charge.
Yes.
And a fee, we don't charge, we don't at all. Let's say at Kariobangi, we have a mechanism, we have a client feedback mechanism too, where people give feedback.
Yes.
The only thing we do is that we charge what we call an administrative fee. Like if we are writing for you an application or something of the sort, we make sure that you pay, and you don't pay in cash.
Yes.
Introduce a digital payment system where you send the cash directly to the bank or you deposit and then the receipt comes. In that way, we enhance accountability
and responsibility.
Yes. The second thing has been reputational damage.
Yes.
We have had
reputational damage.
I've had instances where some of our paralegals, honestly speaking, have been able to charge, to take some money. There have been cases, there have been complaints, and that is the damage is the reputation of the paralegals. There are those even who have gone into court, and advocates have called them as masqueraders. That has also happened. So there's the aspect of reputational damage that has really taken place. Number three, the challenge you have had in this place is the question you ask, the consistent means of income. How do you then reward yourself? So we're really pushing for the Substitute Legal Aid Fund, where they have a scheme, and we thank the National Legal Aid Service. They called us to validate the regulations. The regulations are provided for what can be given to each individual. If it's an advocate, I think they said based on the years, 10 years and above, 10,000, like that. And for paralegals, I think it was 2,500 per case handle. Yes, and so we're looking for that. We're also looking how to paralegals diversify means of revenue, because we don't want a situation where people die as poor paupers. How do I get money to invest in this circle? I'm a member of this circle, so consistently, how do I make sure my child is school? Just we speak to my daughter in PC, is clear in 4th year. How do we ensure that our lives move on? Those are the things we're looking at. Then another challenge, I think, is sustaining the paralegal model. And I think I thank the National Legal Aid Service and ICJ, who did what we call the needs, the training needs for paralegals. That the majority of the people who are taking up paralegalism, which is voluntary work, are elderly. And now we are aging. So how do we ensure that we have young people coming into the space so that there shall be transition? There's no vacuum. That's why I've introduced that young man and the others, young man who I'm really mentoring to take over the space so that when I exit, there's no vacuum. That's another, it's really a challenge. And I thank PSK for Paralegals Society of Kenya for rolling out virtual trainings. Because when we actually talk of remaining and relying only on physical interactive training sessions which are very capital intensive will not succeed.
That's true.
But with the virtual courses and training, it's affordable. We encourage many people to enroll for the virtual training so that we can acquire the knowledge. Yes. Then another thing that has been
on that note, I really want to tell the viewer that the greatest challenge that we have currently is lack of knowledge in the community.
Yes.
We have left law to the lawyers and the paralegals, let me say the judges, the prosecution, and the probation officers. It is very important that you understand the law and the constitution of your country. Because how else will you defend yourself if you cannot afford an advocate? And many a times when you go to court and you don't pay the advocate, you are left stranded. But if you have the knowledge of the basics of law and how to defend yourself, you can stand in any court.
Yes.
Just proceed there,
Thank you so much. So, the other thing has been, I think it's a challenge to most of the paralegals. Thank God that I'm secretary for Paralegals in Nairobi chapter.
Okay.
And the issue of record keeping. We do a lot. We do a lot. A lot of success stories, a lot of interventions, a lot of legislation drafting. Like I do a lot of legislation, giving reviews to various laws. That's why you always come and find me with that laptop. Because the parliament keeps sending out, churning out many laws and the Senate and calling for views from the public. So I do a lot. And that's what I engage so much in the students of law who will be coming here for externship to do so that they improve their drafting. Majority of the paralegals are very, very weak in the record keeping and telling their story. And I have to thank Paralegals Search of Kenya who have sent out a call for stories. Stories and articles.
You got that key. Yes, I have it.
Yes. So they want stories and articles. I think the last one we featured as Kariobangi Paralegal in the year 2023, 2022. So I thank the coordinator for calling out for articles and the success stories, so that we can register, we can tell our stories, we can communicate to the world that this is what we do. So that has been a challenge for most of the paralegals, and it really came out. We need to speak and block our content.
Okay. Now, just on the finances, because we are on the last bit of our discussion today, what would be your wish the government to do, especially with the reintegration of offenders into the society? What would be your wish?
Number one, I would wish that there should be good exit strategy. Let there be some fund for the offenders as they leave the prison. Let them have something to start life with. It's important that they can have they bring back life to normal. Number two, let's monitor. Let's have a monitoring system of how people are being integrated back to the society, and then there's big reports and the feedback. Number three, let the government actually establish even an association or support the establishment of an association with the ex-offenders. Just as we have an association of ex-servicemen, by so doing, we are not glorifying offense, but we are saying how do you track the successes you have had so that you avoid the issue of recidivism. Or the people reoffending. Because reoffending is one of the things that I've said I worked in the prison, and people come here. There's quite a number of people who like reoffending so that they get free food, free accommodation, and what have you. So how do we make sure that we mitigate against that? Then the last thing is that we really love the government to support these centers so that we take up the issue of monitoring. I know government, you have the chiefs, and I thank the chiefs who passed out this year. Most of them were trained in Paralegalism at the administration police training campus. We want that to be the trend, that every administrator be empowered with the knowledge of law, just as you said. So that when they engage, they know what are their limits and what they should not go beyond. So we'll have the government to support. As the last one, as I said, let there be the legal aid fund. Let's have the legal aid fund this year. MPs who sit in the jailer committee, please make sure that this year, 2026-2027 national budget is allocation for the legal aid fund.
Thank you very much. Now, on our final word now, you are a member. Can I call it a member or a follower or a disciple of the Catholic Parish, Kariobangi?
Yes.
What would be your advice to other mainstream, okay, to other faith organizations, faith-based organizations, Pentecostal, to whichever faith institute?
Yes, my call will be, let's make use of the interreligious council. Of course, there's ecumenism, and there's
Yes.
ecumenism. And we start from the month of January up to around the March there.
Yes.
We should do the ecumenism. Let's embrace that and learn from each other.
Yes.
I have had the opportunity to train other people as paralegals in the community, and I've seen that the SDA are really embracing the idea.
Okay.
They are really loving it.
The Adventists.
Yes, Adventists. They are really loving it.
Which one is one of the example that we could talk about?
We had the one in Mwangaza in Kayole. There was this one in Kariobangi here, Adventists, and many other places. Whenever there has been an opportunity for these things to train paralegals, I've seen SDs really having the urge to be trained. When you talk about SDs, you see the mainstream churches. There's not many part of the mainstream churches.
Yes, it is.
I've seen an interest from the ACK Church to have their members really empowered.
Yes.
And I really love the National Council of Churches of Kenya. I'm a interreligious council. Let's say interreligious council. Because there we have Hinduism and Baha'is and Muslims and Christians. Let's make use of that so that we have a strong movement and empowered department of that deals with justice matters. As Catholics, of course, we welcome whenever we are doing trainings. We don't discriminate. We welcome the others to come in. The PCA Church has invited me to their spaces to train them. We don't refuse. And even so, we really love other Pentecostal churches and evangelicals to embrace this idea,
so that they can get the effect of the community.
Yes. So that when you speak, you know, when the Catholic Church speaks from facts.
But
things are emanating from the family level upward.
So when you call him the bishop, when the
Catholic Conference of Catholic Bishops.
When he speaks, speaks the language of the ground.
The common person. The person in the family. Like when last time, I just want to use an example. When they spoke about the threat around the family right now is initially people have been going to Sharia house to process and register their marriages. Now the age has changed that and say everything is online. But sometimes you go online to register, let's say for notification or to request for marriage certificate, and then the system is down. You know? So those are the things they were saying. Let's make the system seamless. So that when I want to register a notification for marriage, I pay the amount that is required and then I register. Without matter, the system has jammed. So we're calling for that. Right now, our children are applying to hoops. But you find most of the time the system is jammed. So how can we make the process to be more seamless? So that I don't get my son and my daughter waking up at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. so that I can process the things because that time the system is not jammed. So we're really requesting, as a country, and as a country that is getting credible. And I thank President Ruto for telling us Kenyans that we can't compare ourselves to our neighbors because we are at another level. As we move towards digitization and technology-based services, let's put in the best services. Services that cannot be hacked, services that cannot make the process to be slow, so that you can actually improve on our service and our currency. Because the more we go digital and cashless, the more our currency gets traction and becomes stable.
Finally, we have heard from our friend, our guest today. What is your vision, if I may ask, for this locality of Kenya as a whole with respect to justice and more so re-entry of the ex-offenders into the society?
I envision a just society, a free society where there will be less violations. I envision a society that will embrace our sons and daughters having served, having been rehabilitated within the correctional services, back into the society. Let's embrace them. Let's give them that opportunity to nourish, grow, to flourish in whatever spaces they want.
Yes.
Let's drop the branding. Let me say that you can get into the prison anytime.
Yes. Anybody
can get into the prison anytime.
It's not a prison of the
yeah,
few.
Of the few, no.
Anybody.
Number three, I really love that we simplify and amend the penal code so that we do away with the petty offenses. We do away with them petty offenses. Let's declassify and decriminalize petty offenses.
Yes.
Remember, drug disorderly, loitering, those small things we do away with them. Let's amend the penal code and do away with the death penalty. So that, because it's long, no one has a right to take away someone's life. So I call upon our MPs, let's amend the law. Let's envision a place where not a few people make laws just that are punitive to people a few years, but when they found themselves in that position, they start complaining. Let's make laws for posterity. Let's make amendments that will live longer, not just to press and hit at the weak. The weak ones from the slums, because unachukulia kama they are a burden to you, they are not a burden. Everyone has dignity, has a right to just enjoy the rights just as you enjoy your life. Rights.
Thank you very much, Bellagio. I was actually doing a research with comparing ourselves with Sweden, which has the lowest prison rate and is division in the world.
Yes.
And I noticed that what they do is not to institutionalize imprisonment.
Yes.
They have humanized it in such a way that you can get into it and feel like you are home. The only thing that you are denied there is freedom. Otherwise, every other right, every other basic need is provided for at a very high level. So we are really praying that we humanize ourselves, understand our being, and even those who are coming out of custody, let us accept them as humans, because they still need your help. Now, the other thing I want to put across is, when people get out of custody, remember, they are sick because they have been institutionalized. So you need to humanize them by loving them, caring for them, give them the freedom of choice. Let them choose even the clothes to wear, because where they were not allowed to choose anything. Even a decision to move out was restricted. So this is the time they have come out and understand them from that perspective. And so I thank you very much. I don't know if you have any last word you can give.
Just to encourage people, please have a look at the law. Let's not leave the law to the lawyers and the paralegals.
Yes.
If you get a chance, when you are free, just walk into the court, sit down and listen how cases are being tried, the trial is going on. It really help you. You don't have to be charged, or your relative be taken to court so that you can go there. Every time is a learning moment, every time is a learning time. Lastly, I'm a resident guest on Radio Omiri every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. 2-hour program on the Halo of Tawala, where I engage the audience, the listeners on governance issues and issues related to law. Kindly tune in and listen. You can listen it online.
Radio Omiri?
Yes, 88.3 FM.
Yes.
So it's a free-to-air radio, but it has limitations. We are working on how to make it national listenership. So kindly listen in and get to know. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for listening to us today from our guest. And I really pray that if you have got something that you want to raise, you need help from us. Yellow Ribbon is an initiative that's going to help us all. Let us help those who have come out of custody. Because if you can be able to raise 100, 1,000, 2,000, we have made our pay bill wherever we have an e-wallet. You can help us to help them. We have those who need only 3,000 to open a business. We have those who need 20 to buy a smoky trolley or a place to put their soup business. It is your responsibility. Help us to help them so that we are able to build a cohesive society. Now, whenever you have a case in court, you are helpless, you don't have an advocate, you cannot, we are here to help you. Call us, DM me, and I will lead you to our friend here so that he is able to guide us on what to do. Do not feel helpless. We are here to help you. So thank you very much. We are going to provide you with any legal information, anything to do with the community. If you have something you need to hear, just get back to us and we shall be able to help you. Shalom and God bless you. This is Yellow Ribbon Initiative. We welcome you from the next episode. God bless you. See you next time. Thank you. Asante Bellagio.
Thank you so much.
Asante sana.